I'm Jeff Stewart, licensed marriage and family therapist and the host of this podcast, From Crisis to Connection. People can be starting from different places. And in our case, using a woman as an example, if she's coming from a place where she's got sexual trauma, or there were sexual scripts in her family growing up, or there's just all these rules around it, and she's never looked at those, and then there's a sexual betrayal, the starting point is not going to be the relationship.
Right. Exactly.
It just is not going to be there. And if there's pressure to have sex, if there's pressure to get that back online, that's where she has to look at it and say, am I willing to keep doing this in this way where I basically have to, ignore all this information that just came up for me that I haven't looked at. I think, yeah.
Yeah. And if it has never belonged to you, this can really impair your ability to be capable of intimacy if sexuality has never been yours.
Right.
It's a piece that really matters to be capable of loving through your sexuality.
And I have so many, again, I work mostly with betrayed women and men who are unfaithful, but I often ask the men that I work with, I'll say, do you really want to be making love to somebody who's really not in the room? Right. Who's completely de-selfed, who's completely checked out? And I put it that way, virtually every guy's just like, no, that sounds horrible. Am I doing that?
Right.
Well, yeah, you got to look at how you might be reinforcing that and pressuring her to not look at herself or feeling threatened by that when she wants to speak up and reclaim her own sexuality. So there is a team effort here in terms of creating conditions and space.
That's right.
Where they can each grow and there's permission to do that.
And, one of the really, absolutely. And one of the really challenging things is that, I've never spoken to somebody who's if they're the higher desire person, that doesn't long to be desired. That's usually what's driving the whole struggle it's not so much about frequency. Is it about, do you want me?
Responsiveness.
Desirable? Right. Exactly. Do you like the idea of being close to me? And so I never had a high desire person say that they didn't want to be chosen and wanted.
Exactly.
But people's behavior is often, they've got another agenda that they don't fully track, which is they want control more than they want to be chosen, because it's so scary to not be wanted back, to not be chosen, to feel that this person doesn't desire me. And what does that mean about me? And what does that mean about what we can be as a couple? And so a lot of times people will pressure to sort of get the reinforcement of the lower desire person having sex, but they never feel wanted because they went and took the control in it. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? It's rather than really let that person have a choice, which makes the higher desire person uncomfortable. But in reality, it also can make the lower desire person uncomfortable, because now they're more in a position that they have to show their cards and choose one way or the other. And it's easier to say, well, I did it because you're always pressuring, rather than I want you, or I choose you, or here I am.
Thanks for stopping by and watching this little clip of my podcast interview. If you want to catch the full episode with this guest, you can click on the link below. It'll take you to my podcast and you can listen to the whole thing. Once again, I appreciate your support. I've got lots of other episodes you can check out as well, and I'd love to hear what you think about it.